Live, this is 24-hour News 8.
Right now at 6 o'clock, our Target 8 investigators are breaking a story wide open.
Your tax dollars paid for it. LG Chem's factory of the future in Holland, building batteries to turn the auto industry around and to get our state working again. But we talked to those on the inside, and you won't believe what they say is actually going on. Tonight, our questions are prompting the feds to take action.
Target 8 investigator Ken Kolker is live in studio right now breaking this story.
Yeah, Brian and Sue, we found that many workers spend little or no time at the factory, while some are playing cards, all on company time and on your dime. And we learned today those who oversee the Federal Recovery Act are already acting on our investigation, asking the U.S. Inspector General to review our findings.
There was probably up to 40 of us that would just sit in there during the day. We were given assignments to go outside and clean. If we weren't cleaning outside, we were cleaning inside. If there was nothing for us to do, we would study in the cafeteria or we'd sit and play cards, sit and read magazines.
2 current employees backed up that former worker. They told Target 8 that the card games continue still because as much as they want to work, there's nothing to do. One told us that a quote-unquote whole bunch of workers are playing Texas Hold'em, Monopoly, Sudoku, or doing crossword puzzles all on company time. He says they also watch movies. They told Target 8 they did not want to be identified or talk on camera because workers signed a confidentiality agreement.
It's really sad that all these people are sitting there and doing nothing, and it's basically on taxpayer money.
A Target 8 analysis of federal records shows taxpayers spent $7 million to train workers to make those lithium-ion batteries, and that they are paying more than $700,000 for their health and dental insurance. The Korean company recently said it has 200 employees at the Holland plant. Records show that 100 of them are funded directly by the federal government. Many have found better things to do, working on company time at nonprofit projects.
It's a tremendous help.
Some have quit or are looking for jobs. Those left behind are on furlough, 1 week off without pay every 4 weeks. It was a $151 million U.S. Department of Energy grant that made this plant possible, part of President Obama's Recovery Act. The company has spent $133 million so far, most for construction and equipment. About 40% of that has gone to foreign companies, mostly to Korea. That also includes more than $500,000 for that presidential groundbreaking.
It is wonderful to be here.
There's millions more at stake for LG Chem if it doesn't keep hiring or if job numbers fall. The state approved a $25 million job creation state tax credit over 15 years and a battery cell state tax credit worth $100 million over 4 years. Both are tied to job creation. LG Chem has yet to file claims for that money. The city of Holland created a renewable energy renaissance zone, allowing LG Chem to operate free of property taxes for 15 years, if it reaches 300 employees within 5 years. That's another $48.5 million.
These aren't just any jobs. These are jobs in the industries of the future.
This all started with such great hope. The goal, 300 employees pumping out 15 million battery cells a year. Its biggest customer, the Chevy Volt. Nicole Merriman was among the first in line for a job.
It was something exciting, and I thought, it would be better for the family, more overtime, more money.
She says she quit in May after months with nothing to do. The city of Holland expected the plant's payroll to pump $270 million into the local economy over 15 years and create lots of spin-off jobs up to 1,500. But while Chevy Volt's sales have grown in recent months, they still are falling far short of GM's expectations. An LG Chem spokesman recently told reporters that workers continue to train, but employees we spoke to say they haven't trained in months. They say the last of the materials needed to make battery cells, including chemicals, was shipped back to Korea. It's not clear if that includes any of the $1.8 million in materials paid for with that Federal Recovery Act money.
Never produced a battery for shipment. Still to this day, they're not.
Workers say they did make test battery cells starting late last year, more than 100,000 of them, and did a good job. But they say that work ended for the most part last December. They say those batteries were shipped out last spring, apparently for recycling.
It seems like every time that we thought we were going to have a start of production date, something would happen and it would get pushed back again.
Workers tell us that the last target date was July 2nd, but that was put off indefinitely. Finally, this past summer, workers told Target 8 that they pushed LG Chem to do some good with their company time. They've helped rebuild a burned-out home for Habitat for Humanity.
They've been helping out a lot here.
They work at Felt Mansion and at the Critter Barn in Zeeland. The NOAA project and no-kill animal shelter in Muskegon was facing a possible shutdown by the state until 3 LG Chem workers started working there 5 days a week this summer.
They're a godsend. We didn't know what we were going to do. I started painting cages myself. It's going to get me all teary. They were a godsend.
As many as 30 at a time have spent their workdays at Outdoor Discovery, cutting down invasive trees, painting homes for birds of prey, building docks.
It's unfortunate that those folks aren't able to work in the company, where they were hired to work, but given the economy and given what's going on, we understand that, there's challenges that face all businesses these days.
Now, we tried to reach LG Chem, but they did not return numerous messages. A receptionist said the plant manager wasn't taking phone calls. And their spokesman from a Holland PR company says he no longer represents the plant.